You want to be the guide for your clients. You don't necessarily want to be the one that's doing a deep dive into their financing, because here's what'll happen. Your client will turn on you. How many of you feel like you can comfortably and confidently have these conversations? Should you? How many of you think that I know this? Raise your hand. Oh, smart group. I don't know any of this shit. Why? I don't know it for myself. Why would I need to know it? By the way, they don't they change frequently based on programs that are available and new guidelines and all of that? Like, I'm not going to keep track of all of that. Number one, right? And so I got a guy. I got a guy. I was texting you last week about fourplex financing, right? Now, here's the other thing. You want to be the guide for your clients. You don't necessarily want to be the one that's doing a deep dive into their financing, because here's what'll happen. Your client will turn on you. You want to be able to have your client have a conversation with someone who has literally hundreds of these conversations, because Jeff has had lots of training on how to draw the information out of them and also appear like non-judgment. How many of you, not in this room, but how many of you know real estate agents that cherry pick meaning they're going to focus all their time and attention on people who are A buyers, right? Ready, willing, and able to go right now. How many of you, not in this room, know real estate agents? I'm speaking directly to Darcy. How many of you, do you think I could get a middle finger in here like last night in Cover Your Assets? Okay. Anyways, look, my point being is you want to have Jeff have those conversations, right? Because then you just get to be the guide and they relay back to you. Oh, how'd your conversation with Jeff go? Great, here's what he said our new price point is. And you don't have to be in there doing brain surgery with them, because I promise you, you're not as good as a good loan officer. But the analogy that I was making with respects to, there are a lot of real estate agents that they only focus on the ones that are ready to go right now. Here's where they're struggle busing right now. People are in freeze mode, right? If you go on all the real estate memes and mortgage memes, right? It's like, oh, now all of a sudden the realtor, all of a sudden builders give a shit about you, the real estate agent. You guys with me? You guys look like you're checked out, okay? My point being is that Jeff is really good at walking people through, even when they're not quite ready because of their financial situation, they're not quite ready to go. He has become an expert at guiding people through, this is what you need to pay off, this is what you need to pay attention to, this is the price point you need to stay at, and he's really great at those conversations. Him being great at those conversations makes who look good? You. Yeah. So the lender that you choose to interact with your clients, wow, what an incredible impact that has on your likelihood of now or in the future actually closing that, because that interaction, I promise you, in some degrees, is way more intimate with the consumer than your interactions just going around and looking at homes, right? Because people who have a lower credit score than they thought, or higher ridiculous debt than they care to admit to, right? Do you want to be carrying that, or do you want to leave that with the lender? Right? You don't want to be in the mix of all of that.
Nah.
So,
leave it with
really, really good.